I was just about to leave. She said, you have to say hello to the cook. And I said, I only play the big room. She said, no. But you have to because he owns the place. That's Dave. So on the way out, I opened the door. I said, hey, goodbye, y'all. And he rushed up to me with an apron on and a T-shirt, you know, with a menu on it, the whole thing. And he said, hey, when you get back to Johnny Carson's show, you tell him it's so windy here in Hays, Kansas, that we have whitecaps in the toilet.
Bob Hope walked onto Johnny Carson's stage dozens of times and never failed to make him laugh.
I don't really what it is that there.
You know, you have all my sponsors there.
That audience is so nice. They're still applauding my monologue when you walked out.
These are Bob Hope's funniest jokes on Johnny Carson. Christmas shopping turns into a complaint routine.
Sensational.
It's funny. You're so loyal. You're wearing your Christmas tie already, huh?
That's right. Got
Isn't
my,
that nice?
my tie for network.
Very beautiful.
You look very sharp tonight.
I'd never said a thing like that to you. And I wouldn't say how many flies do you have? No, I was listening with your wife back there. You know, she's so amazed. She didn't know that. She said she prepares your clothes and you only have one.
I'm not going to pass any remark on that.
Hope turns a cheerful holiday subject into a string of perfectly timed complaints as Johnny gives him the opening, and Bob instantly makes shopping sound less like generosity and more like a financial ambush. Golf as a lifelong scheduling problem.
Have you traveled more this year than last year?
I really have. Oh, I got a line for you.
Yeah.
I was in Hays, Kansas. You know where that is?
Well,
Hays, Kansas is where the University of Kansas has a branch. It's like Santa Barbara here for you. You know,
right.
University of Kansas. I rehearsed the show, and I said, where's the best place to eat? And the guy said, Dave's Steakhouse. So I went down there, and it was one of those restaurants when you're in there, man, you're wide open. There's no booths or anything, and you're sitting right in there, and you're a target, you know. Somebody didn't like the show, they could stab you right there, and, you know, who would talk in Hays? But finally, after signing a few autographs, the waitress, I was just about to leave, she said, you have to say hello to the cook. And I said, I only play the big room. She said, no.
Hope's golf jokes have that very specific, relaxed, smug, self-mocking rhythm, as he doesn't present golf like a sport so much as a lifelong problem he somehow keeps returning to while sounding proud of being terribly irritated, addicted, and entertained all at once. Aging becomes Bob's victory lap.
Takes me 7 lakes down the bottom of the hill, and then I get the Thunderbird in about 15 minutes.
You know, I can remember in the early years in Los Angeles, I must have been in about 1949 or 50, driving to Palm Springs, and they had one golf course. I think it was Indian.
9-hole course.
Indian Wells or something?
No, O'Donnell. Right against the mountain. The original golf course.
And now I think Palm Springs has more golf courses than any
They have
city.
52 golf courses.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, they're truly. And the way Ford plays, he doesn't know which course... Wait, that's just a straight line.
Good luck on this one.
Bob's 1981 age jokes land through confidence rather than weakness as he turns getting older into proof that he has outlasted everyone and can still get laughs sitting beside Johnny, making his radio career sound ridiculous.
How did you get... Now, I read something in the paper today that you had said you'd never worked with Elizabeth Taylor before, and she reminded you that she was on your radio show some 30 years ago. Is that a true story?
Who did?
Elizabeth Taylor.
The paper.
Yeah, it was in the paper today.
That's true.
You said, say,
about
never
National
worked together.
Velvet Time.
Yeah.
That's true. We were both child stars.
I'll give up before you will.
Hope turns what could have been a nostalgic memory into a quick comedy tour of old broadcasting habits as the humor comes from the gap between the glamour of being a legend and the strange, scrappy world radio performers came out of. Presidential golf is a status joke.
Try to get some government money back.
Do you live close to the President Ford down there? Or
I live close. I can roll down the hill to 4 courses. I mean it. I live close to the original course, O'Donnell. There's a canyon. I live close to Canyon.
Right.
Takes me 7 lakes down the bottom of the hill, and then I get the Thunderbird in about 15 minutes.
You know, I can remember in the early years in Los Angeles, I must have been in about 1949 or 50, driving to Palm Springs, and they had one golf course. I think it was Indian.
9-hole course.
Indian Wells or something?
No, O'Donnell. Right against the mountain. The original golf course.
And now I think Palm Springs has more golf courses than any
They have
city.
52 golf courses.
Oh, come on now.
Yeah, they're truly. And the way Ford plays, he doesn't know which course...
Hope's jokes about playing golf around presidents give Johnny old Hollywood access stories that still have a punchline attached, as he turns famous company into part of the gag, making politics feel less grand and more like another foursome where somebody is lying about a shot. Hope's war story and sales pitch.
Yeah.
So you're going to head to New York now, huh?
I'm going to New York and do this show, and then I'm coming back to St. Louis on Saturday at the Ambassador Theater.
I missed that one. You're doing something in St. Louis?
Big benefit. You forgot that?
Forgot St. Louis.
Do you want me to walk on again?
That's incredible.
No, it's great seeing you, and I just did want to come on with these wonderful affiliates because I've been working for them for a long, long time, you know. I've been with NBC. I guess the dog with the Victrola is the only thing that's been around longer than I have.
Yeah. Well,
This Tonight Show interview around the last Christmas show turns every travel hardship into a line, as he describes faraway holiday shows with the calm of someone who has seen everything and still wants the audience laughing first, entertaining troops in places nobody would vacation.
When I think Gloria Loring was singing Silent Night, and they decided to take the wounded out while she was singing it. And they walked right by the stage with their stretchers, you know.
ouch.
And I want to tell you, I'm not very emotional, but they got to me.
Do you think you're blasé until
Everybody
something
on
like
that
that
stage
happens?
was really, it was something.
Yeah. What's the worst Christmas you ever had?
Oh, I think the year after I stopped traveling. It was traumatic. I kept looking around saying, where'd everybody go?
The troop visit material gets laughs by framing extreme military travel like a terrible holiday itinerary, as Johnny gives him questions that could lead to serious answers, and Hope threads comedy through without losing the meaning of the experience. Hope complaining about money.
I was there for about 5 minutes, and the money's not right. You know that.
I was going to
You
run.
make more in 1 week than Carter, and you don't have to listen to Amy's violin.
I told him I'd take it, but I wanted a guest president on Monday nights. Get the 4-day week.
No, but the way you negotiate, you could get the hostages back in 3 days.
I happen to be a part of Bob's show, so I know a little bit about it. You've got a lot of people on the show.
Oh, yeah, we got 21 people.
I ran into
21 stars.
Angie
and
Dickinson
you.
the other day. Yeah. What was that?
No.
Well, I haven't received the check yet either. Is the check in the mail, is it?
You know how slow the mail is.
The jokes here have a great late career angle, with Bob joking about wealth work and the strange business of still being Bob Hope, as the funny part is that he complains like an ordinary man while everyone knows he is anything but ordinary. The 1978 holiday appearance. This December 1978 appearance has that classic Hope holiday rhythm where the segment feels built from fast seasonal targets as Christmas travel television specials, family pressure, and money all become material in his hands, using Johnny's questions as launch pads.
Do a monologue out here, nothing. Dave from the steakhouse.
I went to the auditorium, and you know that was a pretty big laugh, and even in Hayes, Kansas.
Dave.
No, it was great.
Dave must have writers in the back rooms there hiding.
Things you hear. You get that? Do they throw jokes at you every place?
Yeah.
They do at me, you know. Down in Texas, you know, they get the Aggies, which is
Right.
really the of Texas, the Aggies. One guy said, you know how the Aggies would have handled Watergate? I said, no. He said, the same way.
One of Hope's funniest Carson habits is how quickly he turns an interview question into a prepared comic turn as Johnny asks something that sounds conversational, and Hope slides right into a clean joke, as if the chair is just another microphone. The laugh comes from watching Carson recognize the mechanism and still enjoy it, as Hope doesn't wander, but pivots, making every answer feel compressed and sharpened, with anything that isn't a laugh trimmed away before the answer even begins.
Okay, you and Earl Butts are going to do it again, huh?
Isn't he beautiful, Earl Butts?
Yeah.
They're fitting him for a lightning rod now. You know.
Earl the Pearl.
You know, the Earl knew he was in trouble when they summoned him to the White House and he saw black smoke coming out of the chimney. That's what I tell you.
Johnny's smile often reads like he knows Bob isn't really answering in a modern talk show way, but the line is too well made to complain about, and the audience is already laughing before anyone can question the format. This entry matters since the joke isn't only the punchline, but the way Hope turns the entire interview structure into a delivery system for material he has already prepared and polished before walking through the door, turning the book plug into a mini performance.
Get out of them.
Yeah.
Or con your way in or out.
I read that whole cast to you, didn't I?
Yeah.
Something, and I didn't read David Niven, who is the host.
He's the host.
The whole thing.
That gentleman is Michael Benteen from London. He was
Yeah.
an actor over there, very successful, a very amusing guy.
Yeah.
So you're going to head to New York now, huh?
I'm going to New York and do this show, and then I'm coming back to St. Louis on Saturday at the Ambassador Theater.
I missed that one. You're doing something in St. Louis?
Big benefit. You forgot that?
Forgot St. Louis.
Do you want me to walk on again?
Hope's 1974 book plug for the last Christmas show could have been dry promotional television, but he handles it like another comedy routine as Johnny gives the title space, and Hope turns the promotion into travel jokes, troop stories, and quick lines about what it takes to keep doing those shows. The humor comes from the way he refuses to let the conversation sit still, as every factual detail seems to arrive with a punchline attached before anyone can treat it as straight information. Carson understands the game and lets Hope keep packaging information as entertainment, showing that old promotional discipline is part of what makes the clip interesting, since Hope never sounds like he has separated comedy from the business of selling something.
Well, it's a pretty nice thing. I'd like to have my own plane. I really would.
Well, why don't you get one?
Well, I'd like to have both wings. No, it's a little rough to have a plane, you know, to handle it. And Jack Nicklaus is in pretty good shape. He had to give up his plane,
Yeah.
you know. And you save a lot of wear and tear when you just, the limousine drives out to the private plane. You miss that wear and tear at the runway at the airport where they run up to you like, a woman ran up to me in Dallas the other day and said, "Are you live?" I said, "No, I'm on tape." She said, "Oh."
A book plug conducted by a vaudeville-trained comic who knows the audience will forgive the sales pitch as long as the jokes keep arriving is a very specific kind of late-night television that only worked for people who had been performing for long enough to make every format feel like the same stage. This 1974 appearance also shows Hope navigating the specific challenge of talking about something serious, meaning the Christmas troupe tours with the comic instinct to never let the weight of the subject slow the jokes down past the point where the audience can still laugh without feeling guilty about it.
It's true. You know that.
You got a show coming up, or you're connected with this show, and I did something on it, and I'm not sure what I did.
A show called The Bluffers.
Yeah, it was very strange. There were a lot of people in there a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, an awful lot of people, and you're one of them. And it was nice of you to help us do it.
Yeah, David Niven was in there. And,
you got a piece of film going on?
I think we're going to have to take a break.
This comes on May the 28th, following the Emmy Awards. So
That's right.
You'll be a doubleheader that night.
That's right, I am seeing that.
And it's got a lot of
Tuesday.
people on it.
His solution was always the same, which was to make the travel, the inconvenience, the logistics, and the strange specific details of the experience into the comedy while leaving the meaning of the work itself intact underneath the jokes. That balance between entertainment and sincerity is what made Hope's military material consistently better than any other celebrity's war zone content, because he understood exactly where the line was between respect and routine and never crossed it in either direction, making his own legend sound like a scheduling problem.
He's a Bob Hope of the 15th century here. All my friends told me that. And Crosby, there's a postcard, like this. And Bing sent me this and said, I thought so, That you have been around, and you're an all-weather comedian. You've been around for a long time.
That really is incredible.
Isn't that something, though?
That's just amazing.
I don't know what's so bad about that. He's not a bad-looking fellow. Crosby actually sent me that card. And I get it from a lot of people. I've been getting it for years with the people who go and see this thing.
Have you ever followed your family back, say, any further than your grandfather or your great-grandfather?
Yes, I got hit by a coconut, I'll tell you that.
Read that?
The 1972 Carson appearance shows Hope turning decades of fame into something surprisingly casual, as he talks like a man who has done every stage, every tour, every special, and still sees the whole thing through the lens of logistics. The joke lands when legendary experiences get reduced to plane bookings deadlines and the next place he has to be, while Johnny laughs at the way Hope refuses to make his career sound sacred.
There was a Lord Hope that disowned me in England. I tried to get into his family. He had nothing to do with it.
There was a Lord Hope?
Yeah.
I didn't know
We
that.
got Crosby on ahead of us Sunday. He's doing our warm-up for an hour, and I think... That'll be very, very nice. I'm kind of glad that he's on there. He's really great, isn't he? And he's got all his family on there. I'm responsible for most of his kids. Did you know that?
Oh.
That's true.
May we have a quick
No, I'll
explanation
tell you
of
what.
that?
May I tell you? No, every night when we used to work at Paramount, every night when we'd leave, I'd say, "Have a good night."
What the hey?
Or worthy of the reverence a lesser comic might insist on collecting from the host. There's an old road comic quality to the whole exchange, as if even global fame is just another night trying to get to the next show without missing the connection in Dallas or losing a piece of luggage that contains the jokes. Hope's timing keeps the stories brisk, never allowing nostalgia to slow the comedy down even when the subject matter clearly deserves a more reflective treatment from most performers who would describe the same experiences. This closing segment belongs at the end of the list since it captures the deepest version of what made Bob Hope funny across 30 years of Carson appearances, which was a comic who understood that the biggest laugh was always one self-deflating line away, no matter how legendary the career that surrounded it. Bob Hope created some of the funniest and most precisely crafted Tonight Show moments in television history by treating every appearance like a performance and every question like an invitation to deliver something he had already made better before he sat down. These 13 moments reminded audiences everywhere why he remained one of the most beloved entertainers in American comedy history. Which Bob Hope joke do you think landed the hardest on Johnny Carson? Let us and everyone else watching know below in the comments and subscribe to the channel.